All right, so picture this. You're in Vegas, right? And you're like walking through a casino, just, doing your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly you stumble upon this like vintage record store.
Okay.
But here's the twist. There's a hidden door leading you into this like super swanky speakeasy style nightclub.
Ooh.
So that's kind of the vibe we're diving into today with. On the record, we've got a whole bunch of articles and website info and stuff to unpack here. So let's see if this place actually lives up to the hype.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I'm already picturing like velvet ropes and maybe even a secret password.
Well, no password is required, but there is a dress code. So leave the flip-flops at home.
Good to know.
But for real, the concept itself is super fascinating, right?
Yeah.
It's the brainchild of these guys, Johnny and Mark Houston, twin brothers from LA.
Oh, wow, twins.
Yeah, and these guys aren't just like random club promoters or whatever.
Mhm.
They've got a serious track record
No.
creating these immersive, almost theatrical nightlife experiences.
Wait a minute, hold on. I think I've heard of them. Did they do that club in Hollywood, the one with the hidden absinthe bar?
You got it. That's
Yeah.
them. They're known for these unique, detail-oriented concepts. And on the record, they're going for this whole like love letter to long-lost music hubs thing,
Yeah.
playing on that nostalgia we all have for the golden age of record stores.
Yeah, so it's deeper than just a gimmick then. They're trying to like evoke a specific feeling, a sense of discovery.
You got it, exactly. And they're also blending it with that classic Vegas energy, So we're talking 3 distinct rooms, indoor and outdoor spaces, all designed to give you a totally different experience each time.
So you could be like dancing under the stars 1 minute and then chilling with friends in a more relaxed outdoor setting the next.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Okay.
So what about the drinks?
Oh, yeah.
What about the drinks? What makes them so special? The material mentions this world-class cocktail program. Are we talking like rare spirits or unique mixology techniques or what?
Well, they don't really go into specifics in the article, but I'm actually checking out their website right now. Oh, here we go. Looks like they have a whole team of like dedicated mixologists who create original cocktails inspired by, get this, classic albums and musical genres.
Whoa, that's pretty clever. So they're not just like slapping a fancy name on a vodka soda. They're really tying the drinks into the whole theme of the place.
Right. It's all about the details.
Yeah.
That commitment to creating a whole experience.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working. The articles mention all these celebrity sightings. Kate Beckinsale, Rumor Willis, even Bella Thorne have been spotted there.
Oh, wow. Well, celebrities definitely tend to gravitate towards places that are exclusive and buzzworthy. And getting coverage in the Hollywood Reporter and the Las Vegas Review-Journal definitely adds to that whole perception,
For sure. Okay, so we've established that this isn't just your average Vegas mega club. It's got a unique concept, a focus on cocktails, and attracting the in crowd. But let's get down to the practical stuff. Where exactly is this place, and like when can you actually go?
Good point. All the glitz and glamour is useless if you can't even find the place, right?
Exactly. So according to the info on the record, is located right on the casino floor of Park MGM.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which is actually super convenient. No need to hop in a cab or fight your way through crowds.
That's a huge plus, especially in Vegas where everything feels like it's miles apart.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now, for the hours, it's open Friday and Saturday from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., but there's a little twist. It's also open on select Wednesdays after shows at Dolby Live.
Really?
Yeah, so if you're catching a concert there, you get a built-in after-party option.
That's a pretty smart move, especially since Dolby Live hosts some big names.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned the dress code earlier. They're pretty specific about it. Fashionable attire required. No word on whether they have like a velvet rope bouncer judging your outfit. But I'm guessing they're aiming for a more stylish crowd,
Yeah, makes sense. Given the whole vibe they're going for, it's not just about getting in, it's about being part of the scene.
And speaking of being part of the scene, the website mentions that they offer private events. So you can actually rent out the whole space for a special occasion or whatever.
Oh, wow. Now that would be a party to remember. Imagine having your own exclusive speakeasy experience in the heart of Vegas.
Right. And don't forget about those MGM rewards points. You can earn them while sipping those fancy cocktails, and then you can redeem them for all sorts of goodies at the casino. It's like a Vegas loyalty program, but with a touch of class.
Nice. So we've got a unique concept, a prime location, a focus on quality cocktails, and a touch of exclusivity. But the question remains, is the record store element just a facade, or does it actually play a role in the experience?
That's a great question, and one we'll definitely dig into further. But first, let's take a closer look at the atmosphere and design, because that's where the magic really happens,
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's step inside on the record and actually soak in the atmosphere. The website has some photos, and honestly, it's given me some serious vintage vibes.
Oh, yeah. What's catching your eye?
Well, first of all, it's dimly lit, which I love. It
Mm.
really adds to that whole speakeasy feel. And there are these plush booths, velvet curtains, even some vintage furniture scattered around. It's like stepping back in time, you know?
I can dig it. And so how does the whole record store concept actually like play into the design?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. So the entrance is designed to look like an actual record store, complete with like shelves full of vinyl. Now, whether those are just for show or if you can actually buy them, that's a question we need answered.
Maybe they have a resident DJ who spins actual vinyl. That would be a cool touch. Tapping into that authentic record store experience, you know?
That'd be amazing. And
Mhm.
imagine the Instagram potential. Sipping a craft cocktail while flipping through vintage LPs. Pure gold.
For sure. But let's not get too caught up in the aesthetics. The website mentions 3 distinct rooms, each with a different vibe. What can you tell us about those?
Okay, so you've got the main room, which is where the dance floor and DJ booth are. Then there's this more intimate lounge area with plush seating and a fireplace, perfect for like those deep conversations about your favorite albums. And then there's the outdoor patio, which overlooks the Las Vegas Strip.
Oh, nice. So there's literally a space for everyone, whether you want to dance the night away, chill with friends, or just soak in the Vegas atmosphere.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And each room has its own unique design elements, all tying back into that vintage record store theme. You've got record covers on the walls, vintage audio equipment, and even some quirky touches like old concert posters and band memorabilia.
It's like they've curated a museum of music history, but with cocktails and a dance floor.
Right. And speaking of music, I'm dying to know what kind of tunes they spin. The sources don't really go into detail, which is a bit of a bummer.
Well, considering the Houston Brothers' reputation for these immersive experiences, I'd imagine the music selection is just as carefully curated as the design and cocktails.
Yeah, you're probably right. They're not going to just blast generic club bangers all night. They're definitely going for a vibe and experience.
Maybe a mix of classic tracks, modern remixes, and some underground gems. Something that caters to a diverse crowd while still staying true to that whole record store theme.
Yeah, I like where your head's at. But let's circle back to that record store element. Do you think it's just a clever marketing ploy, or does it genuinely enhance the experience?
That's a tough one. I think it really depends on how it's executed. If those records are just props, then yeah, it might feel a bit gimmicky. But if they're woven into the fabric of the experience, like through the music selection, the decor, maybe even some interactive elements, then it could be really special.
Okay, what kind of interactive elements are you
Now,
thinking?
imagine being able to browse through the collection, maybe request a song from the DJ, or even buy a record to take home as a souvenir. You know, that would make it more than just a visual theme. It would become part of the narrative.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
It would literally turn the whole night into a treasure hunt for music lovers.
Exactly. And think about the conversations it could spark. People reminiscing about their favorite albums, discovering new artists, sharing their musical passions. It could become a real community hub.
Now that's a thought-provoking idea. In a city like Vegas, which can often feel so superficial and fleeting, a place like On the Record could actually offer a genuine connection through these shared musical experiences, you know?
Totally. It's not just about the drinks or the dancing. It's about creating a space where people can bond over their love of music.
But let's be realistic. Vegas is all about entertainment, and On the Record is competing with some pretty over-the-top attractions. So do you think this concept has staying power?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
It's a unique concept for sure, but whether it becomes a Vegas staple or a fleeting trend remains to be seen.
Yeah. The reviews and word of mouth will be crucial. People need to walk away feeling like they experienced something special, something authentic.
And that all comes down to the execution. The cocktails need to be exceptional, the music needs to be on point, and the staff needs to really buy into the concept and create that welcoming, immersive atmosphere.
And if they can pull that off, then maybe, just maybe, they'll have struck a chord with Vegas audiences.
Speaking of striking a chord, the whole record store theme makes me wonder, would this concept resonate more with older generations who grew up with vinyl, or would it spark curiosity in younger crowds who might be experiencing it for the first time?
That's a fascinating question. It's like this generational tug-of-war for nostalgia. Older folks might feel a sense of familiarity, while younger crowds might be intrigued by something so different from their digital music experiences.
Yeah, it could be a bridge between generations united by a love of music in all its forms, or it could completely miss the mark with one group or the other.
Maybe that's part of the gamble.
Yeah.
They're taking a risk by betting on a concept that's not your typical Vegas fare.
And in a city built on risk and reward, that's a pretty fitting theme.
So we've delved into the atmosphere, the design, the music, and even the potential cultural impact of this record store concept. But let's not forget about the practical stuff. What kind of experience can you actually expect when you walk through those doors? All right, so let's say you've decided, okay, I'm going to check out this on-the-record place.
All right.
You're all dressed up, you
Oh.
get your MGM rewards card ready to go,
Uh-huh.
ready for a night of cocktails and music.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Well, from what we've gathered, it seems like the whole experience is about options. You can hit the dance floor, grab a cozy booth in the lounge, or head out to the patio for some fresh air and those amazing strip views.
Yeah, but it's Vegas,
Yeah.
right? So there's got to be something more to it than that. What really sets on the record, apart from all the other, countless bars and clubs?
That's where the details come in. Remember those mixologists that we were talking about? They're not just like shaking up drinks. They're crafting whole experiences. Imagine ordering a cocktail that's inspired by your favorite album, or maybe even getting a recommendation based on your music taste.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. It's like a personalized soundtrack for your taste buds.
Exactly. And the staff seems to really play a key role in creating that unique atmosphere. The articles mention them being super knowledgeable about the music, the cocktails, even the history of the whole record store concept.
So they're not just serving you, they're like engaging you, drawing you into the story.
Exactly. And that level of interaction can make a huge difference. It's like the difference between feeling like just another customer and feeling like you're part of something truly special.
You know what we've been doing, though? We've been gushing over this place based on articles and website info. What we really need are some first-hand accounts. What are people actually saying about on the record?
You're right. There's really nothing quite like hearing it straight from the source.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our materials don't actually include any reviews or testimonials.
Oh, that's a bummer. I'd love to know if the cocktails live up to the hype, if the music actually transports you back in time, and if that whole record store concept really adds to the experience, or if it just feels kind of gimmicky.
Well, hey, maybe that's something our listeners can help us with.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone out there has actually been to On the Record, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes. Give us the inside scoop. Did you buy a record? What was your favorite cocktail? Did you spot any celebrities? We need details.
All the details.
In the meantime, let's revisit that question about the target audience. Who do you think is drawn to a place like On the Record? Is it like millennials trying to get a taste of nostalgia? Or is it Gen Xers reliving their glory days? What do you think?
Honestly, I think it could appeal to a pretty wide range of people. Anyone who appreciates a well-crafted cocktail, a unique atmosphere, and a touch of musical discovery.
But do you think that whole record store theme is a limiting factor?
Yeah.
Could it alienate people who just aren't really familiar with that culture?
That's a good point. But I also think there's something inherently cool about a hidden speakeasy. Regardless of the theme. It taps into that sense of adventure, that desire to discover something off the beaten path.
And in a city like Vegas, where everything's so in your face, that sense of mystery can be incredibly alluring.
Absolutely.
So maybe it's not just about the records themselves, it's about what they represent. A time when music was more than just a digital file. It was a tangible experience, something you could hold in your hands and connect with on a much deeper level.
It's about slowing down, appreciating the craft, and just savoring the moment.
And maybe that's the ultimate message here. In a world that's constantly bombarding us with noise and distractions, On the Record offers a chance to just reconnect with the music that moves us, and create memories that actually last longer than a fleeting Instagram story.
It's a reminder that sometimes the best experiences are the ones that take us back to the basics, the things that really matter.
So there you have it. We've explored the concept, the design, the cocktails, and even the philosophical implications of this, hidden speakeasy disguised as a record store.
We've pondered the target audience, the potential for success, and the power of music to connect us across generations.
But ultimately, the best way to really know if On the Record lives up to the hype is to experience it for yourself.
So if you ever find yourself in Vegas, take a chance. Step through that hidden door and see what treasures await you on the other side.
Who knows? You might just discover your new favorite spot.
And if you do, be sure to tell us all about it.
Yeah, we love a good deep